My book date with the City of Brass? Let's talk about it. Welcome to After the First Date, the series where I share everything from my book date. As a warning, this is a spoiler discussion. So starting with my rating, I gave this book a cute first date. I didn't read what the synopsis was about before I started reading it, so it was a really fun surprise to see how everything developed. I didn't realize the scale of the story. I think the butterflies on my date was just the overall plot events and then the depth of the world itself. There were so many things that I just didn't expect was going to happen at all. I also loved how rich the cultures were and how deep the world history was too. I totally went on an emotional roller coaster with Nari, Dara, and Prince Ali. At first, I actually didn't really care for Prince Ali, but throughout the course of the book, he quickly became one of my favorite characters. I just thought that his whole character arc was really interesting. I will say from the beginning, I did like that he was trying to help the Shafit, but on that note, I didn't see it coming that Anas would end up dying. I really thought he was going to have a bigger role and be in the book for much longer. Although Ali knew that befriending Nari was a punishment, I thought that he still approached it as best as he could, and I love that he offered to help her read and learn more about magic and just about human history in general, and I really like that their friendship couldn't help but grow despite them knowing that they're kind of using each other to some degree. Now, when Prince Ali was stabbed by Hano, I was so surprised, and it was just so sad to see how hard he was fighting for his life, and all I could think was like, thank goodness that Jamshid was there to be able to help bring him to Nari. I do feel a little bit conflicted about Ali's whole family. I feel like his relationship with his sister could be potentially repaired and blossom in future books because they were able to come to like some sort of understanding of each other, but I think that with like his brother and his father, they do really love him, and at the same time, I feel like they're just so steeped in the power and the control aspects of their positions that they aren't really good to Prince Ali at all, and it was just so sad to see his brother be there for him in the beginning and then throughout the course of the book end up siding with their father. I love the concept of Nari being a con woman, and I hope that we get to see more of that explored in future books. I feel like when she arrived to Devabad, she was really limited in being able to showcase her con skills to their fullest extent. I do love that Nari is just an open person around vulnerable topics. Like, she really allows herself to feel her feelings and explore her vulnerability with things around Dara, about her own history, and also just as she's like learning magic as well. I feel like in this book, we're really witnessing the experiences that are going to shape her, and she's really learning how to apply her morals along the way with all of these different situations. As far as the romance line, I feel like I'm a little over her and Dara at this point. I just don't really care for how Dara was treating her, and I don't completely trust him either. I really do like Prince Ali, and I'm actually totally fine if they were to just stay as platonic friends too and didn't develop a romance, but I feel like that would just be a so much more healthier relationship for her because he really sees her as a whole person, and I think that they have a lot more variety of moments together where they can just be themselves and find interest in each other's mind, whereas I feel like with Dara and Nari, it seems more lustful in a way where they bonded over this like adrenaline rush from surviving things together, but I don't really feel like they actually know each other very well. That being said, Dara is such a complicated character. Although I'm really glad that he's there for Nari, at the same time, I do think he's a bit of a villain. I kind of love that we can't really tell who's on the right side of history and that they're all good or bad in some way. I will say that Dara's backstory and history is so sad, and I really feel like he deserves some peace and rest, especially in this life. I can't believe he's been alive for so long, and I also wonder, why is he so abnormally strong? I feel like there's something going on there. I think what was the turning point for me and started making me question Dara was when I felt like he kind of showed his true colors at the end of the book with how he treated Prince Ali and forced Nari to follow him by threatening to hurt Prince Ali. At the same time, I do think that maybe he's being influenced in some way and his actions aren't completely in his own control. The battle at the end of the book was so intense. I'm honestly really impressed with how Prince Ali fights, especially against Dara, knowing that Dara is so much stronger, but also that Dara just turns into something else when he fights, and he's just so fueled by anger and violence. I was also really surprised when Prince Ali was shot with the arrow, but then came back with the Marid and then cut off Dara's arm with his ring. I really wonder if Dara will remember everything when he comes back in the next book, because I feel it was implied that at the end of this book he is going to be resurrected again. I'm also really curious about Jamshid because he's able to heal, and it's implying that he must be related to Nari in some way, but at the same time I'm just really curious how he's going to react to everything when he finds out about his father kind of scheming with Dara, since Jamshid seems to be more aligned with Prince Ali. I'm also very interested in seeing how Nari's mother is going to come into play. I hope that she's going to be loving towards Nari, but I'm honestly worried that she's just going to want to use Nari as a tool to be able to gain her power back, especially since they don't really have a relationship with each other. But anyways, those are just the highlights from my book day. Let me know how yours went.